Joanna and Chip Gaines' undeniable charisma, unbreakable bond, and idyllic family life have won over fans. Fans were shocked to hear that Chip Gaines had received a life sentence. How could the charming handyman have gotten himself in trouble with the law? Had it been a long-suppressed scandal, a secretive, clandestine, or something far more startling? Prepare to have your assumptions shattered by the shocking truth we have revealed. A pair who would become one of the most adored couples in the United States met in a peaceful setting in Waco, Texas, in 2001. A chance encounter brought Chip Gaines to his roommate operated the neighborhood car business. He initially laid eyes on a portrait of Joanna Stevens, the proprietor's daughter, inside that establishment. Her photo piqued Chip's interest, and he was soon resolved to meet her in person. Joanna would sometimes help out around the tire store that her father owned when she was working there, assisted with the operation of the family company. Despite some initial misunderstandings, Chip and her relationship was immediate upon first meeting face to face. Although their first date was unforgettable, it did not start off well. Chip was 15 minutes late. After waiting for so long, most individuals might have given up. Although Joanna did not reject him outright. His easygoing demeanor and sincere charisma managed to diffuse the situation in no time. He had an endearingly self-assured demeanor and the ability to make her giggle. Their first date had a difficult beginning, but it ignited a special bond that they both thought warranted more investigation. However, not long after that, life took an unexpected turn. Unfortunately, Joanna's back surgery put a damper on their plans for a second date. However, their developing connection was unbroken by this unanticipated halt. Rather, it put it to the test, which helped to fortify it. Their feelings for each other intensified as they maintained contact. Chip thought Joanna was very strong and resilient. Their love grew not only from physical attraction, but also from a deep appreciation for one another, which Joanna felt deeply because of Chip's constant care and generosity, and consolation in times of need. Over the course of their relationship, they came to realize how well they complemented one another. Chip's daring and impulsive personality was well complemented by Joanna's measured demeanor. They envisioned a future where they could work together. More than just a life, it's a creative relationship. They said, "I do," in Waco, Texas, on May 31, 2003. With their loved ones by their sides, they made a solemn vow to remain companions forever. Chip and Joanna have matured since that day. In their roles as public celebrities, business partners, and as a couple, theirs is a love tale that has inspired people all around the globe since it began with a fortuitous meeting and flourished over adversity. Not only are they proof that love can conquer all, but they also show how to establish a life together based on common goals and steadfast commitment. Have faith. All right, let's go into their professional lives and see what drew them in, what kept them going, and what they aimed to achieve. Chip and Joanna Gaines were just two ambitious people on separate journeys before they became famous. Chip, who is constantly enthusiastic and originally participated in collegiate baseball. While he was a student and team player at Baylor University, he majored in business. But after seeing the potential in purchasing, renovating, and selling homes, his passion moved from athletics to real estate. His initial forays into house flipping has shown me that I have an innate ability to transform dilapidated houses into beautiful, well-maintained homes that can fetch a premium price. In 2003, Chip had already flipped nearly 100 residences when he wed Joanna. The groundwork for a far greater adventure was created by his enthusiasm for renovation and willingness to take risks. Dear Joanna, on the flip side, majored in communications in college. She started out in the media industry, specifically in radio and television. She has experience in local media and aspired to be a broadcast journalist. Nevertheless, as she grew older and more participating in Chip's property development endeavors. Joanna easily assumed the position of designer for the houses they were restoring together due to her keen sense of aesthetics and her innate talent for making aesthetically pleasing and practically sound places. A full-time creative cooperation evolved from what started as occasional assistance. Their synergistic abilities resulted in an exceptional thing. When it came to the renovations framework, Chip was in charge of both the conceptual shifts and the manual labor. Joanna honed in on interior design, infusing each project with her signature warmth, charisma, and meticulous attention to detail. They became famous in their town for their distinctive look and the skill to revitalize rundown houses. In order to document their activities and reflections, Joanna launched a blog. A rising number of people were engaging with her posts, and HGTV producers quickly took notice of their effort. Launching their TV show in 2013, The Pair Rescue Mission. The show chronicled their work as they assisted clients in purchasing rundown properties in need of extensive repairs and subsequent makeovers into their ideal homes. Fans all throughout the nation were captivated by the couple's magnetic connection, their genuine personalities, and the charming blend of rustic and modern style that became their signature. Fixer Upper was a hit for 5 years. Both the couple's lighthearted banter and their genuine rapport with their clients' homes were on full display in every episode. Their aspirations expanded in tandem with their rising star power. Following the conclusion of the original series, they briefly stepped away from television to concentrate on their personal and professional lives. In subsequent seasons, they brought fresh material to the Magnolia Network, which included multiple spin-off programs and a Christmas revival of Fixer Upper. As their empire expanded, Magnolia became the governing body under which all of their artistic and commercial endeavors. Located by Waco's silos, Magnolia Market quickly became a popular spot for sightseers. There are shops, a bakery, gardens, mobile kitchens, and event venues all on the property. Their Magnolia Home Collection, Hearth and Hand, was an instant hit when it debuted at Target. They also started putting out books and a magazine that mirror their beliefs and way of life. In all that they accomplished, they did it as a unit. And the way they constructed it is absolutely mind-boggling. Rising from obscurity to stardom, their collaboration transformed humble fixer-uppers into a thriving empire that enchanted countless people. Many of their endeavors may be traced back to their Magnolia brand. A few real estate transactions turned into a plethora of collaborative projects across the hospitality, retail, and media industries. When Magnolia Market's initial foray into the Texas market was at the Waco Silos. Attracting sightseers from all around the globe, this place quickly became a popular tourist destination. Food trucks, a bakery, garden areas, and a curated selection of home items and decor are all part of the market. Expansive lawn that beckons guests to unwind and savor Magnolia's offerings. It was just the beginning. Coffee shop Magnolia Press, which featured Joanna's distinctive style, became a favorite gathering place for both residents and visitors. They broadened their customer base through Magnolia Table, a dining establishment that provided tasty dishes prepared using fresh, regional products. Their capacity to recount tales increased in tandem with their numbers. They started a quarterly journal called Magnolia Journal that was influenced by their ideals and life that featured recipes, personal thoughts, and lifestyle content. A member of its latest and most remarkable endeavors is Hotel 1928, a massive restoration of a historic structure in the heart of Waco. By skillfully combining modern elegance with a touch of vintage charm, they entirely converted the area into a boutique hotel. Fixer Upper, their new show, documented this big remodel. The Hotel, which shows viewers just how big and complicated their most recent problem is. Additionally, it showcases their capacity to adapt their brand while remaining faithful to their origins in storytelling and design. In addition to their work together in business, Chip and Joanna have written books together. Books for kids, design manuals, and autobiographies all fall within this category. By putting their thoughts on paper, they have been able to reflect on their experience and communicate their values regarding family, perseverance, and life in general. They are both still involved in determining Magnolia's future as co-leaders. Company's future plans. Every product that Chip and Joanna make has their unique stamp because they are still very much involved in the brand's strategy and creativity. You could be thinking, how fortunate are they? Because their lives appear picture perfect. Although hold on a second. Brief period. Their lives, like everyone else's, have been fraught with hidden difficulties. What follows is a description of the couple's and parents' inner workings, which are frequently taboo. After raising 5 kids, Chip and Joanna have a lot to be proud of. Team members Drake, Ella, Duke, Emmy, and more. They have one son, Drake, who is 20 years old in 2024, and one little boy, Crew, who is 6 years old. There are several difficulties specific to parenting children of varying ages. For everything from dealing with adolescent feelings to those restless evenings. They have been through the ups and downs of raising a big family, including the challenges of caring for a toddler. Joanna frequently reflects on the passing of time and the unique contributions her children make to their family life by sharing glimpses of their family life in interviews and on social media. Chip and Joanna still haven't valued family above all else. They've decided to keep their kids out of the mayhem in Hollywood by settling down in Waco, Texas. The attention continues to follow them even in Waco. People were curious about them and their family as their fame increased. Because of this, there has been some discussion about them online, particularly on Reddit and similar sites where fans and critics discuss their private lives. Much of it is encouraging, but some have voiced concerns that there must be additional stresses associated with juggling a prominent profession with family responsibilities and marriage. Being in the spotlight may certainly heighten the impact of personal issues, I suppose. In a moving interview she gave in 2023, Joanna discussed the evolution of her marriage. She made the observation, "I resemble Chip more than Chip does." This one remark spoke a great deal about the ways in which we had grown accustomed to one another over the years. Despite Joanna's more reserved and contemplative nature and Chip's more outspoken and daring demeanor, their personalities have merged in unexpected ways. This progression illustrates how strong their connection is and how eager they are to develop as a unit, even in the face of constant scrutiny. With the growing independence of their children, Chip and Joanna have begun to prioritize their personal well-being and habits. Their first workout together was in late 2024. They hadn't previously shared this habit of time. Fitness wasn't the only goal of these workouts. They centered on bonding, self-control, and spending quality time together outside of the home and the demands of parenthood. It was a watershed moment in their lives where they prioritized one another's health and well-being even more. Their fame, meanwhile, isn't always a blessing. Opportunities have arisen for their family, but they have also come under scrutiny. The constant scrutiny and expectation that they maintain an air of perfect perfection can be taxing. Still, Chip and Joanna haven't hidden the fact that they're not perfect. No one has ever said that they are the ideal parent or partner. On the contrary, they keep sharing genuine moments. No matter if it's the disorder of everyday life, the emotional burden of parenting teenagers, or the serenity found in mundane rituals. They had to deal with more than just growing pains within the family. They also had to handle the increasing number of scandals. Plus, they had no idea that one of them would pose the threat of utter chaos to their lives. They were subject to criticism and scrutiny beyond the realm of home improvement and design as their celebrity and influence grew to millions. The values they hold as individuals. Legal blunders and questionable actions cast a shadow over their otherwise impeccable reputation. Antioch Community Church in Waco, Texas was the site of one of the first and most publicized scandals involving the Gaines family. Their longtime spiritual home usually takes a conservative Christian stance. The church received a lot of criticism for taking an outspoken anti-LGBTQ position, even though that's not unusual in Texas. As soon as BuzzFeed News released an article casting doubt on whether Chip and Joanna ever aligned with the beliefs held by their religious leaders, especially in reference to LGBTQ rights and gay marriage. Speculation about the Gaines' possible religious or personal biases stemmed from the fact that Fixer Upper did not feature any same-sex couples at the time, although they never. Their outspoken censure of the LGBTQ community created even more outrage. Both sides made their cases. The critics said the criticism was unjust and based on guesswork, and the supporters said the public figures should not be left in the dark. As a result, opinions among fans were divided. Some lauded the improvements for remaining steadfast in their religion, while facing accusations of being exclusive. In interviews and blog posts, Joanna finally took a broader approach to the issue, saying that their purpose has always been to create a space where everyone feels welcome. But the controversy stuck with people long after it happened, particularly those who were hoping for more diverse portrayals in widely consumed forms of media. The Gaines were embroiled in legal issues in addition to religious affiliation problems. Their business was fined by the EPA in 2017 for breaking lead paint standards during house renovations. Several homes that were renovated for the filming of Fixer Upper were involved in the offenses. The Environmental Protection Agency claims that Chip and Joanna's remodeling company violated the lead poisoning prevention rule by not following the necessary safety measures, particularly in houses constructed prior to 1978. Incorrect trash management, inadequate lead danger leaflets provided to residents, and unprotected flooring and vents were among the infractions. The Gainesers proceeded swiftly to resolve the issue, even though they did not contest the charges. Their agreement was to pay a $40,000. Okay, and I've promised to make a film for the EPA that will teach people how to renovate safely without exposing themselves to lead paint. The pair responded by admitting fault and promising to be more careful in the future. The following. The disturbance caused everyone to take notice. Despite their status as reliable restoration and design professionals, they were nonetheless subject to legal consequences. Although the episode did not severely harm their reputation, it did bring attention to the duty that they bore as entrepreneurs and public personalities. Despite this, the legal problem has been resolved. The truth may be trickier, as rumor has it that it has subtly gotten Chip Gaines into serious difficulty. Here is where the most stunning rumor comes into play. Rumors have been circulating online and in social media circles suggesting that Chip Gaines is allegedly in hot water with the law again. He may potentially be serving a life sentence for unsolved offenses involving dangerous lead paint methods during home renovations, according to some. However, is there any validity to these assertions? It seems that shocking films that have gone viral on YouTube in the past few months are where this notion first appeared. Using dramatic music, nebulous narration, and false thumbnails displaying courtrooms and mug shots, they spread across platforms at an alarming speed. Regardless of the accuracy, the goal appears to be to attract attention and create clicks. The suit revolves around the actual legal issue that arose in 2017, in which the EPA and Chip and Joanna's remodeling firm get involved. Since no additional legal issues arose, the topic was extensively covered in the media at the time, but has since faded from public memory. But this fact has been embellished by the gossip mill into something far more spectacular. Videos that support Chip's life sentence typically make passing allusions to the initial EPA case before jumping to the fictitious conclusion that Chip did not comply with the settlement's terms, which led to more penalties and ultimately Chip's life sentence. Nothing, however, has been covered by any respectable news organization. Anything even somewhat comparable. To back up such a drastic change, there are no official remarks, court records, or arrest records. This is confirmed by a cursory perusal of reliable news sources and public records. On behalf of neither the federal government nor any state agency, Chip Gaines has been hit with fresh accusations. The business run by the couple, Magnolia, is unaffected. It is evident that Chip is not in prison because he has recently made public appearances, such as interviews and updates regarding ongoing projects. This is crucial to comprehend the propagation of false information, particularly in the era of technology. The profits are substantial, and any rumor of dispute will certainly be blown out of proportion in the interest of attracting attention. As an example of the pervasive problem with internet hoaxes, the so-called life imprisonment myth frequently places virality ahead of it. The moment has come for me to be honest with you, disentangling reality from fiction and exposing the current situation of Chip and Joanna Gaines. Aside from the speculation and clamor on the internet, there have been some wild rumors going around online, but Chip Gaines is indeed out of jail. Is definitely not doing time for the rest of his life. The EPA's 2017 legal action was handled, settled, and concluded a long time ago. No new accusations, arrests, or court orders have surfaced to cast doubt on this. The internet and videos that become viral. Discourse is utterly baseless, propelled more by conjecture and the culture of clickbait than by actual facts. Chip and Joanna are still keeping busy with their personal and business lives. They are still in charge of their diverse empire, Magnolia, which is growing at an exponential rate. In all their endeavors, the couple stays at the core, whether it's real estate development or media production through the Magnolia Network. More than just a home improvement company, their brand has taken off. It has expanded to encompass a boutique hotel, restaurants, cafes, boutiques, and a lifestyle magazine, all of which are representations of their unique character and ideals. The hotel, which was their most recent big project and located in the heart of Waco, Texas, was featured on Fixer Upper, the resurrection of their original series that ran on the Magnolia Network. This business in hospitality has not only shown that they can handle bigger, more ambitious projects with the same charisma and heart that their fans have always appreciated, but it has also taken them back to their remodeling origins. In addition to their prosperous business ventures, Chip and Joanna have prioritized their health and the well-being of their family. The pair started exercising together in 2024, prioritizing health and spending quality time together. Their frequent public appearances showcase their down-to-earth lifestyle, and they remain actively involved in raising their 5 children. It appears like the Gaines family is planning to continue growing and developing closer as a unit in the years to come. Relationships and being loyal to their principles. Maintaining a healthy work-life balance is crucial as they continue to grow Magnolia through new endeavors. The allegations circulating online regarding possible incarceration are completely baseless. Chip and Joanna are still very much free to do as they choose. To a large extent manage their own lives. A living example of the adage that one cannot always have success and scandal. Tell me what you think about the circulating rumors of Chip Gaines's incarceration. Is it your opinion that people trust what they see online too fast? Leave a comment with your ideas.